My name is Brad LeBaron. I'd now like to talk with you about controlling the narrative around your insurance. The importance of taking control of the narrative can't be understated. It probably is one of the most impactful things a business owner can do when they're approaching their insurance pricing. If you were to look at underwriters and their jobs and what they do for a living and just everything around what an underwriter does, is they're basically accepting applications every day on new businesses. And they look at these businesses and one business looks very similar to another. And the only way that they can distinguish one business from another is by the information that an insurance broker or an agent provides to that underwriter. So what we see, and as you talk to underwriters, that most underwriters receive probably very similar information from agent to agent. Really, if you were to talk with them, most of the time they have more available pricing, or they like to know more information about these businesses that they're looking at, but most of the time they're really just being provided a minimal amount of information. And so really what they're doing is they're giving us pricing based off of the information that they are provided, and then they're also providing their pricing or the premium based off of all the things that they don't know. As a business owner, and as you work through with your insurance broker, it is so very important that we take control of this conversation. As we're approaching underwriters, we want to make sure that we emphasize and highlight all the amazing things that you're doing in your business. And if we don't take advantage of those opportunities, we're really missing out. Now, we all know that there are parts of every business that might not fit that description of these beautiful points or these highlights. And what we need to do is make sure that we have a good narrative or a good story behind why those things are the way they are, and what we're going to do or what our plan is to improve upon those things. And so you as a business owner, you need to make sure that the person, your broker, whoever's representing you to these underwriters, is presenting you in the best light possible, and that you're making sure that they're putting forward a narrative that really paints the best picture of you. And then also to go to those deficiencies, those areas where you need to improve, or maybe if you've had claims or some of these areas, and that you address those and make sure that those underwriters understand how you're going to have a different experience going forward. Underwriters are basing their pricing in a way that insurance companies can make a profit. Their willingness to give credits or good pricing to businesses really is determined on their comfortability and their confidence that at a particular price that the insurance company is going to be able to make money. So if we can approach these insurance companies with information and get them comfortable and show them why you're different from other businesses like yours out in the marketplace, then they're going to be more willing to give you those benefits and give you those credits and ultimately give you better pricing. And that's how you take control of that narrative. As we engage with new potential clients or even current clients, and we introduce this idea of controlling the narrative, right? Controlling the conversation with these underwriters so that you're presented in the best light. Oftentimes the question we get back in return is, well, isn't my agent already doing this for me? Yeah, I mean, that's what we expect, right? We expect that that's what the person that's working for us is doing. The reality is, if you were to talk with underwriters and really have them get transparent, this is not happening as much as we would like to see. We often get the feedback from these underwriters that if they had more information, they would have more available credits. As we've talked to underwriters, they've described up to 40% additional credit that they have available to give on some of these policies. When you really pull back the curtain and you're talking to these underwriters, you see there's a lot on the table. And if we aren't taking advantage of this conversation, and if we're not presenting ourselves year in and year out with the best information, we're really leaving some money on the table. For years in the insurance industry, there's been this term that's used called top-of-stack submission. Obviously, underwriters aren't receiving actual physical submissions for insurance, but the term really refers to the fact that these underwriters are receiving hundreds, if not thousands, of submissions every single month to look at different businesses to write their insurance. As they are, as we all are, their time is limited, and also we know that their effort is limited. And so the thought is, or the goal, as you are a business owner, as you're trying to take control, how can you get your submission, your insurance submission for your company at the very top of that underwriter's attention? What can you do to separate yourselves from all of the other companies so that not only they work on it, they give their best effort, but ultimately, how do we get the best price and the best offering from that insurance company? First and foremost, we need to provide accurate and up-to-date information. Many times underwriters, when they provide feedback, they're frustrated by not having complete information. Also, it's important to look if there's losses. If we've had some hardships or losses, we very much like to control the narrative. We don't want to allow them to draw their own conclusions on why we had claims. We like to review claims, review maybe the baggage or the skeletons in the closet. We like to go take a look at those and control the narrative on them and address them with the underwriters and help them understand why these aren't reasons why they should get worse pricing or why they shouldn't provide a renewal premium, but why these are going to be a benefit, going forward. If we are not controlling this narrative, and if we are not controlling the submissions, the applications to these insurance companies, we are just trusting on luck. I mean, that's the reality. We are hoping and praying that our agent is doing the best job they can, and we're hoping and praying that we have the attention of the underwriters and that maybe they're in a good mood that day. Truly, it is just trusting to luck that we're going to have good results. And so if you want to make sure that we're not trusting to luck, you need to take control of this conversation. You need to work with your agent and make sure that your agent, year in and year out, is providing all of the information that the insurance companies are looking for and providing every unique part of your business so that those underwriters are willing to give you the best price available.